What? I made it halfway there. Gotta get back to work. Guys, what is up? Welcome back to another week of How to Health. My name is Kevin. I run liftandbalance.com, where we take aim at all things health and do it in an odd, weird, interesting, and highly sarcastic manner. This week, I thought I'd revisit a topic that we talked about probably about a year ago now, a little less than a year ago, and that is working from home and doing it somewhat efficiently and healthily. Yeah, that's a word. And I figured it may be good to revisit because it is, somewhat relevant and pretty prevalent these days. With this public health crisis that is just sweeping the world, everyone in the organizations that they work for are moving to a remote work model for pretty much the foreseeable future, and that's a big shift. For me personally, I have been pretty much a remote road warrior, either working from the house or working out of hotels, Starbucks, cafes, street corners, subways, wherever you can imagine, for the last 3 or so years. Some may say I'm a wildy vet. I don't know what wildy means, but let's just go with it. So I'm gonna go through 4, but probably 5 different things that I've learned working from home over the years and how to do it in a productive and healthy way. It has challenges, but I think you could do it. So we're gonna start off with the ones that I sucked at the most. Flipping that mental work switch. Flipping the switch. No, not the song where everyone's in their bathrooms dancing and they flip the switch.
Flip the switch.
But I'm talking about flipping that mental work switch. For the majority of us, this is a culture shock. You never really realize that between that period of walking out of your house and walking into the office, something happens that puts you into work mode. And guess what? This switch does not flip when you roll out of bed and commute all the way from your room to the living room or the kitchen and fire up that laptop. And many don't have the luxury of a home office, or they have to share the office with a spouse or a loved one, essentially meaning they don't have the luxury of a home office, right? So one of the things that I had to learn on my own early off when I shifted to that remote work life was to find a way to flip that switch without even leaving the house. A simple way to do this is to do something that physically changes you, like changing clothes. Moving from your pajamas, PJs, sweatpants, whatever, to a new set of clothes to start the day. Maybe there's a workout or a shower in between there. Who knows? And this could be moving from your pajamas to some sort of work type clothes, or this could be moving from pajamas to even more comfortable sweatpants.
You shall not pass!
Whatever it is, there is a physical state switch, and that could help. I personally find myself getting up, going through my little 30-minute routine that encompasses a little flow, it encompasses a little meditation, then I get changed, I go get my workout in, and then I take a shower and I get changed back into, comfortable clothes. Could be sweatpants, could be shorts, but still, there is a switch, there's a routine that dictates that switch, and it works. You gotta find what works for you. And that takes a little bit of testing. Now, what also is important here for that mental switch is your environment. Your environment matters. Pick a workspace that is uncluttered. Because remember, a cluttered space means a cluttered mind. No need to pan out to that angle. Bring it back in. Bring it back in. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what the camera people are doing. Natural light and a little bit of nature can go a long way. Much better. So that's the mental switch. Let me tell you where the mental switch doesn't get flipped very well. In the kitchen. My second go-to tip is to make sure that you are not posting up in the kitchen. We all come equipped with this superpower to adapt to any environment that we find ourselves in. It's quite amazing. Contrary to what you may believe, I find myself making better food decisions in terms of quantity when I am on the road, planes, trains, automobiles, hotels, business lunches, and all that jazz, compared to when I am at home. And even though all the food is organic and healthy, I overeat. I overnourished, and I gosh darn know it. It's hard, especially when you're in the kitchen. Those cabinets just start talking to you. So find a space to designate the get shit done area and do just that. Nothing good happens when you turn to the kitchen cabinet or refrigerator for comfort after the first sign of a little micro stress from a email that got you aggravated, a phone call that wasn't too pleasant. You know, those daily work things. So don't let it be an option and just get out of the kitchen. Disclaimer, I break this rule way too much than I'd like to admit. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, then you know what's coming next. If you haven't, get ready. A way that I like to combat the always open kitchen is by implementing some sort of time restricted feeding. And I have found some great success with this, and I'd probably attribute it to the only reason why I'm not 700 pounds. I've experimented with a lot of different time restricted feeding and intermittent fasting protocols. Some of the more notable ones that I recently kind of finished up playing around with are alternate day fasting, eating every other day, 18/6 time restricted feeding, did that for about a year and a half, and just recently I switched over to try an OMAD protocol. 1 meal a day, windows usually an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on preparing the food and stuff like that. Time restricted feeding gives you a boundary on when the kitchen is open. This is especially useful when your kitchen is essentially open 24/7 if you're working from home. So putting some boundaries, putting some limits on when you eat and don't eat can make it simple. It keeps that mental struggle to a minimum. You're not always fighting with yourself, maybe I'll take a snack, maybe I'll eat now, maybe I'll eat now. No, you eat during this time period and that's it. And it's every single day. So those are the rules. As humans, we tend to do better following some structure or some rules rather than just winging it and hoping things work out. Implementing some sort of fasting protocol also provides a ton of different metabolic benefits. Some things such as improved insulin sensitivity, improved glucose tolerance, benefits when it comes to blood pressure and cholesterol. We talk about it in a ton of other videos. I'm not going to go into it now. You can see it all. Fasting 101 playlist, link below. Check it out. A lot of good stuff on there. At least I think. Okay, let's move from food and move to movement. Just move. Stay active. Keep moving. You're not necessarily leaving your house, and that makes movement and sweat more important now than ever before. When it comes down to brass tacks, it doesn't matter when you get your movement in, just as long as you get it in. Now, having done this for a while and understanding the challenges that come with working from home, especially if you have the family in the house, let me make the case for starting your day out with a little movement, with a little sweat. In my eyes, how you start your day can make or break your day. So here's the rationale. Let me remind you, you are working from home. This is new, and that means you are most likely sleeping in and taking your first couple of calls from your PJs. Standard procedure, right? But that also means that you do not have to deal with public enemy number one for the modern workforce, the commute. So use a fraction of that would-be commute time and invest it in setting yourself up to have a day. No better way to do that than taking 30 minutes and getting your sweat on. It is literally the best mood-boosting prescription there is, and will make you laugh off those little micro stresses that used to get under your skin and get to you. I want to make it clear, I'm not recommending you skimp out on sleep, because that is absolutely mission critical to having a good day and a long, healthy life. Don't skip out on sleep. I'm just saying that if need be, you can adjust your bedtime and your wake time by, say, a half an hour on each end, same amount of sleep, and now you have 30 more minutes in the morning that you can spend setting yourself up to, like I said before, have a day. You're getting up and you're doing something for you in the morning, and you're not just rolling out of bed and digging right into emails. I've found that it's really important and really helpful to start each day by doing something for your most valuable asset, you. And we're gonna close this quick tip, quick hitting, work from home, healthily video, staying on the same topic. And that is to make sure that you get up and you move throughout the day, just like you would if you were at the office. And hopefully you do something like this at the office that you can translate, back to the home. A little rule I like to follow is aiming for 5 to 10 minutes of movement for every 60 minutes of working, sitting at a desk or standing. It's just a quick refresh that could help you between tasks and help you stay more productive throughout the day. Movement is medicine. Motion is lotion. We know this stuff. And we also know that sedentary life is slowly killing us. There have been several studies now that show a strong association between sedentary lifestyle and all-cause mortality. Yeah. So let's play it safe and get some movement in every hour. This could be taking one of your conference calls for a walk. It could be walking up and down the stairs a couple of times in the house. It could be throwing the ball for the dog. Whatever. It will improve your concentration and just make your day better overall. So move your ass. There it is, healthy home office life. Those are some tips that you hopefully find useful that you can use in setting yourself up for a better day from home. And with all the craziness that is going on in the world right now, with all the stresses and uncertainties that come with it, it's always important to try to frame things and find the silver linings. With this new work from home push, it is the perfect opportunity for you to work on building habits that you could take along for the rest of your life. So hopefully you can take advantage of some of these tips. And if you've got any that I didn't go through, and I'm sure there's a lot, comment below. Love to hear them. Now I'm going to leave you with a confession. I don't know if this, what I'm doing, counts for work, but I'm in the kitchen. Yeah, gotta go.